Hello, Form 4 Chemistry Chapter 3. This is a video number 1 and nice to see you again. Okay, good. So Chapter 3, before I start, just want to inform you. Chapter 3 actually is a very important, the most important chapter for the basic of your chemistry. If your Chapter 3 is good, everything will be very simple. Okay, if your Chapter 3 is not good, and start from the Chapter 3, your chemistry will be very difficult. Okay, and you maybe cannot follow anymore, 就不能跟了。So please take care. Chapter 3, I start now. 我开始了。More concept, formula, and chemical equations. The title you not understand at all, but don't worry 啦，不要理它啦。Okay, can start now. Turn to your notes, page number 1. 第一面，我们开始了。Okay. Okay, periodic table. I open the table first. 我先开这个表格。So notes, page number 1 here. 这边relative atomic mass, our new title. 我们新的 title. Okay. Relative atomic mass always mean by relative 亲戚朋友，不是。Relative mean compare 比较的意思。Okay. Compare the atomic mass 比较 atom 的质量。Or the name actually, okay, you learn the name when you was in chapter 2, but I don't tell you in detail 啦，我没有仔细的告诉你 what is this. So this is a chapter. Start now. 现在开始。Relative atomic mass. Follow me 跟着我来。For all the atoms, they are very small or very tiny. 很小很小。Okay. So because the atom is too small, how to weight it? 怎样拿去称？ Or if you weight it, okay, what is the unit that you're going to use to measure the mass or the weight? 你用什么单位来测量它的重量或者是质量？ Okay, so or another meaning, quite difficult, 很难，对不对？ Atom is too small, okay, almost impossible to be weighed, 不可能拿去称。And actually, we don't having the unit for the mass measurement. 称过后也没有单位可以测量。So how to settle this problem? 怎样解决这个问题呢？ So start now. Relative atomic mass 比较 atom 的质量。AR relative atomic mass. OK， 我们来读一下慢慢你了解明白就可以了，不要怕。An atom is very tiny, 很小。Therefore, it is impossible to determine the mass by weightings. So chemists compare the mass of an atom with a standard atom. 因为 atom 太小不能称，我们就用其他的方法。But what's the method? We compare the mass of the atom with a standard atom. 我们用一种 atom 的质量跟一种标准的 atom 用来做比较。But not understand, 对不对？ Highlight first. Compare the mass of an atom with a standard atom. Okay? So the mass of an atom when compared to a standard atom is known as relative atomic mass. It has no unit. 当你用 atom 的质量跟另外一个标准的 atom 来做比较的时候，这种情况就叫比较 atom 的质量。Relative atomic mass, highlight again, it has no unit. So when you make a comparisons, 当你做比较过后，其实是没有单位的，只能比较，不过没有单位。So highlight relative atomic mass, 比较 atom 的质量。But it has no unit, 它是没有单位的。Okay, what's the meaning? 什么意思呢？不知道。Okay, so now I show you the idea 啦。抄多一次。Relative mean compare 就是比较，比较 atom 的质量。Any idea? 有什么 idea 呢 ？Okay, next idea only 不是真的。So the mass of the lady is equal to what? 这个女生她的质量呢是等于多少呢 ？Is equal to what? Okay, so it's equal to 2 cows 就等于2只牛。But can you using the cow to compare the mass of the lady? No, 对不对 ？So the cow actually is not the standard unit 呢，它不是我们的比较单子，它不是我们的标准的比较单位。But you can compare， 你可以用来做比较，不过不好了，不对了。Okay, so 这种就是用来做比较。Next, 再来一个。Okay, any idea? The mass of the neutron is equal to 1 proton. The mass of the 1 neutron is equal to 1 proton. So this is what you call compare 比较。1粒 neutron 的质量就等于1粒 proton 的质量，这种情况就叫做比较。 Okay, or the mass of the electrons is 1 per 1840 of the proton. 一粒 electron 的质量就是 proton 的1840%，这种情况就叫比较。But I can tell you, proton actually is not the standard unit for us to make the comparison. 在化学里面 proton 其实不是我们用来做比较的一个标准单位。我可以用它来做比较 ，but actually is not the standard 啦，它不是我们的标准单位的。明白吗 ？OK， so the proton 不可以用来做比较是错的。OK， 因为它不 standard。So any unit 用什么单位来做比较？来，开始了。Relative atomic mass based on the carbon trails. So finally, in the year 1961, a single standard carbon trail atom was agreed upon internationally. 在1961年，全世界。Okay, 我们都同意用 carbon trail 来做标准单位，来做比较。So the mass of one carbon trail atom was assigned exactly 12 units. 一粒碳12的原子，它的质量呢就等于12个单位。Highlight. Okay, so in the year 1961, 在1961年，全世界都同意了 carbon 12 actually is a standard unit 啦。我们用碳12来做标准单位。Okay, and the mass of the one carbon trail atom was assigned exactly 12 units. 一粒碳12的质量就等于12个单位。什么单位？没有单位的，就叫12个单位罢了。Okay, so this is what happened during the year 1961. 1961年，我们选择了碳12来做比较。一粒碳12，它的质量等于12。That's all， 这样子罢了。But 你还是不是很明白，对不对？不要怕，我们继续走。Okay。Turn to page number 2， 转去第二面。Here， 第二面这边。Example number 1， 第一个 example。OK， 我们慢慢来哈，我们慢慢来，重复再重复 ，until you can handle this title. So in the year 1961, okay, carbon trail was chosen as a standard unit. 在1961年，碳12被选为全世界的标准单位，拿来做什么？拿来做比较。And the mass of one carbon trail atom is assigned as 12 units. 一粒碳12的原子，它的质量就等于12个单位。Okay, so this is what happened during the year 1961. And then you need to understand something. 你需要明白一些东西来了。So 一粒碳12。它的质量就等于12个单位 ，but don't worry, you look at the diagram here. So where is the mass of the carbon trail come from? 碳12的质量其实来自哪里呢 ？It comes from the nucleus and make up of 6 proton and 6 neutron， 对不对？所以碳12个单位，为什么呢？因为它有6粒的 proton， 6粒的 neutron and totally 加起来呢就等于12，对不对 ？So what is mean by one unit?One atom of carbon trail having the mass 12 unit. But what's mean by one unit? 有碳12的 atom 有12个单位，一个单位是什么意思呢 ？Okay, so the mass of the carbon trail 看这边啊 ，the mass of the carbon trail is equal to 12 unit. This is a 12 unit 呢。So what's mean by one unit? Okay, so one unit in the relative atomic mass is equal to what? 在比较 atom 的质量的时候，什么叫一个单位呢？那 one unit actually will be here. One unit 其实就是这边，这个就叫 one unit， 这个就叫 one unit， 这个就叫 one unit. But how to say 讲呢？很麻烦，你没有听过的。So 碳12的质量等于12。So 一个单位是什么意思呢？一个单位就是碳12的质量的1/12。One unit will be equal to 1 per trail of the mass of the carbon trail. 一个单位就是等于碳12的质量的1/12，就等于一个单位。碳12的质量的1/12就等于一个单位，所以这种叫 one unit。So copy slowly. I know you don't like the sentence. 你不喜欢它的句子，因为很麻烦，对不对？不要怕，慢慢来。So one unit in the relative atomic mass is equal to 1 per trail of the mass of the carbon atom. 一个单位。它就是碳12的质量的1/12，就叫做一个单位。所以重复讲这一句话非常重要。OK, I repeat， 重复到你生气了。一粒碳12的质量等于12个单位。So what's mean by one unit？ 什么叫一个单位呢？一个单位就是碳12的 atom 的质量的1/12。Okay, so this is what we call 1 unit. So 1 unit in the relative atomic mass is equal to 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. So 当我们在比较 atom 的质量的时候，什么叫一个单位？一个单位就是碳12的质量的1/12，就叫做一个单位。OK， 所以记得这一句话，我们要拿来用。But how to use？ 怎样拿来用呢？Follow me now， 跟着我。OK， so copy again on the upper part of the page number 2， 抄在第2面的上面 upper part，not upper right。OK，what to copy？ 抄什么东西呢？ So where are you? You are somewhere around here. Here in the box。这个格子里面呢 ，So in the relative atomic mass， 当我们在比较 atom 的质量的时候 ，what is mean by 1 unit？ 什么叫一个单位 ？1 unit is 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom。一个单位就是碳12的质量的1/12。一粒碳12个单位，一个单位就是碳12的质量的1/12。So copy。Okay, and after you copy, okay, add another formula， 加多一个 formula. And this formula no need to remember， 根本不用背的，知道就好了，抄了比较美罢了。Okay, so in the relative atomic mass， 当我们在比较 atom 的质量的时候 ，Okay, so how we compare the atomic mass? We're going to using the average mass of the one atom of the elements， 我们就用某某元素的 atom 的质量 compare with 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atoms， 跟碳12的质量的1/12呢做比较，也就是一个单位的意思。But remember the formula going to make you difficult. Don't worry about the formula， 不要理它。You just remember this sentence only。什么叫一个单位？碳12的质量的1/12就是一个单位。Okay, so copy slowly. Above the formula, copy also 也顺便抄。Copy for what? For fun only 啦，超爽罢了，不要理它，不要去想那个 formula， 很少用到，几乎没有用过。OK， And how to use? OK， 怎样去用呢？ I guide you， 我们要讲一些话，如果你讲的话准，然后你就是会用了，明白吗 ？OK，follow me 啊，跟着我。Okay, so now we go to the another example. 我们再看下一个 example. It should be example number 2 啦。So in the relative atomic mass, one carbon atoms having the mass 12 units. And what is mean by 1 unit? 1 unit will be 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. 一个单位就是碳12的质量的1/12，这个就叫做1 unit， 对不对 ？Okay, so now we compare the atomic mass， 我们用 hydrogen 来跟碳做比较 ，OK？ The relative mass of the hydrogen atom is equal to 1 unit， OK？ In Chinese, hydrogen 比较出来的质量呢，就是等于一个单位。But how I know the relative mass of the hydrogen atom is equal to 1 unit? The simplest way to know the relative mass of the hydrogen atom actually is here.Okay, you just refer to the table 啦。那 atomic mass, the nucleon number equal to 1， 对不对？其实这个 E 呢，在这边就可以看到。不过呢 ，you have to understand the idea， 那个 idea 要清楚先。So the relative mass of the hydrogen atom is equal to 1 unit. Why？ 为什么呢？为什么 hydrogen 的 atom 比较出来的质量呢，等于一个单位？ Or one day maybe they're going to ask you something like this. Okay?Explain why the relative mass of the hydrogen atom is equal to 1 unit. 为什么 hydrogen 比较出来的质量等于一个单位呢？怎样回答呢？这句话怎样写呢？OK， 来，我回答给你听啊。The relative mass of the hydrogen atom is equal to 1 unit. Why? Because now, the mass of the one hydrogen atom is 1 times of 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. 因为 hydrogen 的质量就是碳12的质量的1/12的多少次？一次啦，那一次，碳12的1/12的一次罢了，对不对？This is the method， 这就是它的方法。The mass of the hydrogen atom is 1 times of 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. 因为它的质量就是碳12的1/12的一次，所以它的质量就等于1，明白吗？ 不是很明白，对不对 ？OK, we still having another 2 example. For the 2 example, you try to write your own answer. 你试试看自己写你这个句子出来。If you can write the answer 1 times, 2 times, and 3 times, and after you write all the answer, I think you understand. 我就知道你明白了。OK, so you try another example. 你试试看，下一题你的答案怎样写？OK, 你看啊，这一句话 ：The relative mass of the oxygen atom is 12 units. Oxygen 的 atom 比较出来的质量等于16个单位，为什么呢？16 actually you can get from table. 这个16呢，你在表格轻松的就可以找到。不过他这样子问你 ，oxygen atom 比较出来的质量等于16个单位，为什么呢？Because the mass of the oxygens, okay, the mass of the oxygen atom is 16 times compared to 1/12 of the carbon 12 atom 呢？因为它的质量就是碳12的1/12的16次。碳12的1/12就是一个单位，因为它有碳12的1/12的16次，所以呢，它就是16个单位。Okay, write a sentence. Okay, so the mass of the oxygens is 16 times of 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. 它就是碳12的质量的1/12的16次，所以这就是它的质量。OK， 这样子讲话，明白吗？ So 不管什么 atom， 它们的质量都是跟碳12做比较做出来的。我再重复，一个单位就是碳12的1/12，所以它16就是它有16次的碳12的1/12。I know it's difficult and very noisy， 然后很烦，对不对 ？But you have no choice， 你根本没有办法。如果你明白这个道理，你应该能这样子讲话才是厉害，明白吗 ？OK, next or last example， 最后一个 example 了。OK， 再来。The relative mass of the sodium atom is 23. Sodium atom 比较出来的质量就是23个单位。Why? Because the mass of the sodium atom is 23 times of 1/12 of the carbon 12 atom. 因为它的质量就是碳12的1/12的23次。碳12的1/12呢，就是一个单位，所以它有23次，它就是23的意思了。Okay, so this is a way, or this is how we use it. How about the formula? Formula 通常很少用到，你不要管它，你不要想不开 ，understand？ 这种就是比较 atom 的质量。So atom 的质量就是用比出来的，跟谁比？碳12。OK， 碳12多少个单位？12。一个单位是什么意思？碳12的1/12。Okay, if you don't understand, repeat the video 啦，重复，再重复，再重复。I try my best， 我已经尽力了。Okay, so this is how we use relative atomic mass， 直接跟碳12做比较。Okay, settle. So 第一个回合收工了。Bye bye, see you in the next video。我们比较分子的质量，这边是比较原子的质量，下一个是比较分子的质量。Okay, bye bye, thank you.